How do you identify common literary genre tropes? Imagine opening a book or poem and feeling like you already know what's coming next. That's because of familiar patterns called tropes. Tropes are recurring themes, character types, plot devices, or figures of speech that show up often in stories. They help us recognize the genre and understand what to expect. To spot these, start by learning what typical features each genre has. For example, in romance stories, you might see the damsel in distress or star-crossed lovers. Fantasy often includes the chosen one or mentor figure. Knowing these common elements gives you a starting point. Next, look for repeated themes or story setups. For instance, a coming-of-age story usually follows a young character facing challenges that lead to growth. Recognizing these patterns helps you see the bigger picture. Character roles are also key. Think about archetypes like the tragic hero or the wise mentor. These roles come with traits that signal their trope status. Literary devices are another clue. Tropes include figures of speech like metaphor, irony, hyperbole, or synecdoche. For example, a metaphor might compare life to a journey, or irony might show a twist where the opposite of what's expected happens. These devices add layers of meaning and often reveal genre conventions. Pay attention to how tropes create feelings or expectations. A ticking clock trope, for example, builds suspense by showing a deadline approaching. Understanding the purpose of these tropes helps you identify them more easily. Also, watch for how writers use or twist tropes. Sometimes they stick to traditional forms, and other times they challenge them to surprise readers. Recognizing both the presence and the variation of tropes is important. Applying this knowledge in poetry and prose allows you to analyze texts better or craft stories that connect with readers. Knowing common tropes helps you understand how writers communicate themes, develop characters, and structure their stories within genre rules. So, to spot these familiar patterns, focus on genre-specific themes, character types, recurring motifs, and literary devices, and see how they work together to shape the story.